Hello guys, this is Gwadz here. I'm going to make a 1.03 Wizard Inferno guide. It will mainly be based on the gear, but I will run over my builds, so you guys could probably learn something from it. First, I will start off with my main hand weapon. I like one-hand weapon over two-handed weapon because you can get a critical hit chance on your source. So here's my weapon. You would like critical damage, a socket, and the best highest DPS you can find. So mine is pretty decent. It got 97% critical hit damage, and I put a 100% critical hit damage gem in it. So this is the target you're going for, but this weapon might go for 50 or 70 million. So if you couldn't find something like that, you could get something like this. It got critical hit damage just without the socket. This sword I bought only for 11 million yesterday, so it's still pretty decent. But yeah, if you couldn't afford the weapon I'm using now, get this. And the next piece of item I'm going over is offhand. Offhand, I decided to have the damage to be 100 to 334. Basically, don't get tricks, because some offhand damage could range from 1 to 400. If it's 50 to 400, the damage isn't as good as 100 to 300. So don't get tricked on that. You'll also want some intelligence, some max arcane power, if possible, arcane power on crit, but that's really expensive. But always the most important part of offhand is the critical hit chance by 8.5%, and it must be 8.5%. The whole point of you getting a one-hander is because of the critical hit chance on the offhand. Now boots. Boots, you want some intellect, some vitality, all resist, and movement speed. For boots, the most important stat on it is movement speed. You don't really necessarily need 12%, but I recommend 10% or higher. So legs, just get the highest possible stats you can afford. Always have intellect, vitality, 2 socket, and some all resist. Rings. This is a tricky one. You could either get 83 intelligence, attack speed by 9%, and 4% crit chance, or you could get a ring with no intelligence but critical damage, attack speed, and critical hit chance. This ring could be pretty expensive. It depends on the price. It goes up and down a lot, so just snipe one when you see one's cheap. Same with the other ring, it's basically the same thing. And belt. I decided to get a belt that has int, vit, and all resist. Try to get as much int and vit and all resist you can afford, so this is it. For chest, I did the same. There's some int, vit, all resist, 3 sockets. There's nothing special about it, just get something like this. Bracers. Bracers could be the most expensive piece of gear out of your whole set. First, you need some intellect, some vitality if possible, if not nothing. But you must have critical hit chance. 6% critical hit chance bracers is pretty rare, so I recommend you get 5. If you could afford a 6, just get a 6 because it's better. Next, we'll move on to gloves. Gloves, 158 int, 72 vit, attack speed, critical hit damage, critical hit chance. Yep, so this type of gloves you might want to get. It could be expensive, but always have intellect, attack speed, and critical hit chance. The critical hit damage is optional. So the most critical hit damage comes from your main hand weapon. So if you can squeeze a little bit of critical hit damage in, it will be awesome. In shoulders, I got the 7 Sins. I think it's the best shoulders out there. I couldn't find anything better than this. You need all resist, int, vit. That's it. For amulet, you want intellect, critical hit damage, and critical chance. For critical hit damage, you want a 60 plus critical hit damage because this is your second source of critical hit damage. So I got mine 63%. You always want 7% plus critical hit chance on it, and as much int as possible. And helmet, lastly, you want 200 plus int, 6% critical hit chance, if possible a socket, but since I'm well off at survivability, I would just get this instead of the socket. The next thing I'm gonna show you guys is this. I got 52% critical hit chance with my schedule buff, which is 3% critical hit chance. I got 343 critical hit damage, 494 to 564 all resist. It's pretty important that you have 400 all resist and 30k health, so you don't get one-shotted. Once, if a glass cannon wizard don't get one-shotted, he's well off. You could clear axe-free easily. Here's my build. I go for an Archon build. Since I have so much crit chance, I put crit mass. It helps refreshes the Archon and evocation. Glass cannon is crucial. If you're a wizard, you should know what can Venom Hydra do. Spark Flint for more DPS. Force Armor, important. Force Weapon for more damage. So I will show you how much damage I can put out. So here's a rare mob coming in. I will just pop my Archon and spray it. But I hate it. There's a bug on this place. Yeah, here I go. I spray it, it's dead. So this is what I do with Archon build. I will kill and kill and kill. Try to stay in Archon as much as possible, as long as possible. Because every monster or demons you kill, you gain 1 extra second of Archon time. So if you can kill about 80 monsters or demons, you would be good to have your Archon up again when your first Archon finishes. So this is my guide. Thanks for watching. As always, Gwadz here.